time working after 6 years of marriage. Because not long before, she had discovered her husband having an affair outside. Emily wanted a divorce, but her husband did not agree. From that day on, she had packed up all of Danny's things. Asked him to move out. From the day he was at Luna's house, Danny missed her so much. Let him stop being sad. While the child plays outside, Luna silently took it away. She tricks Danny into telling Emily in advance. He thought it was real, so they ate happily at the restaurant. Completely unknown. After hearing her mother say she didn't see her granddaughter, then Emily worries to die. She hurriedly searched everywhere. It wasn't until dark. Luna brought Iris back. At this point, Emily knew that her daughter had been taken away by her. Luna threatens her. If I now marry Danny, then I'm going to get custody. Emily is not working now, so she is not economical enough. She can't even feed herself. So surely custody of Iris would belong to them. Now Emily's daughter is her life. So to win custody, she began to actively look for work. That day Emily applied for a position as a marketing officer at the car company. Her boss Gabriel had met her several times, and there was not a bad impression on her. So he gave Emily an interview opportunity. But their interview round is extremely strict. Gabriel told it all to rely on herself. I'm not going to grant any privileges. Emily didn't mind at all. For having this opportunity, she was very grateful. Thank you. She had half a month to prepare for the interview. During that time, Emily needed to memorize a large amount of information. She took her mother to take care of her daughter. She sit and study from morning till night. There were times when she was cooking and reading. Study all night every day. Drowsiness lies on the table for a nap. Mother advised Emily to pay attention to rest time. Something because of child custody. She was obliged to go out to earn money. I really want to win this job. So hurry up and eat. On the other hand, Danny moves out of the house. Every day after work, I have to take care of Luna. All household chores are also in charge of him. At this point, Danny began to miss his family. He and his wife and children used to live very happily. Every morning Emily called him up. Get breakfast ready. Apart from going to work, he didn't need to touch anything. Everything had Emily. Now everything has to be done. He began to miss his former life. Very quickly half a month passed. Today was the day Emily went for the interview. It was also the first time she had dressed well since getting married. When she opened the shoe cabinet, she still chose the shoes her husband gave her. On the other hand, in Gabriel's office, the examiner is talking on the phone with company leadership. If I really can't find it, I'd rather leave that position vacant. It seems that this interview is extremely stressful. If you are not particularly elite, you will not be accepted. See the applicant and say it later. I found her very confident. Gabriel always trusted his eyes. From the first time he met Emily, he had assumed that she was the talent he needed to find. I mean, you're bound to succeed at work. Because you have a special nature, always thinking from the perspective of the consumer. At this time, only Emily was seen wearing red high heels. Walk with confidence. It looks strange today. You gave me this opportunity. I don't want you to disappoint. During the interview, Gabriel was always outside waiting for Emily. As much as he believed her, but still a little nervous. On the other hand, Emily was chatting with the judge. After an hour, she came out, only to see Emily let out a breath. Next, Gabriel took the initiative to ask her how the interview was. Emily didn't speak, but took off the shoes her husband gave him. Then throw it in the trash. I passed the interview. From today onwards, she will completely say goodbye to the past. Start writing a new chapter of your life. At this point, Emily walked out barefoot. Gabriel worried she had a cold. Unexpectedly, she said she was comfortable. And again she told her best friend. Just through the interview, the two of you will go shopping for shoes together. Buy the right shoes for you. After returning, Emily makes a portion of milk tea for her best friend. Your face squeaks back, but the mouth still drinks constantly. At this point, Emily's phone suddenly rang. It turns out that Danny invited her to the company's year-end party. The boss especially had to bring family members with him, and had to take Emily with her. She was very temperamental. Will definitely help you. Emily really didn't want to go. Conditionally now, Danny is still the father of his daughter. There may also be times when he needs to coordinate later. So Emily agreed. Just appeared. She had froze everybody. He didn't expect his wife to be so beautiful. Rich man goes to find a single mother to buy a car. But all along the way she wasn't very focused. Because yesterday her ex-husband begged her for one more chance. It's just that he's lying all the time now. Even living with another woman. Emily didn't think much and refused. After driving into the company, Rich man said the car wasn't bad. He immediately asked Emily to open the application. Full for increasing her achievements. Maybe I'll cause you more trouble later. Emily thought this was simply a car purchase. Nor think too deeply. In her mind, she still remembered her ex-husband's business. Gabriel found her sad all day. Then take her to the wind. Go out and lighten the mood. After breathing in the air, Emily just said why she wasn't happy. Before, she hoped Danny wasn't happy leaving her. But now, it really happened. She couldn't be happy. Though he broke up. But I still wish him well. I don't expect my daughter to lose the father she worships. Gabriel finished listening and comforted. This city has a lot of people like her. Constantly moving forward for life. No matter how difficult life presents us. Then we must continue to live. Compared to being sad and anxious. It's better to face it. Gabriel was always there to show the way in when Emily was unhappy. This time was no exception. She was in a much better mood now. The next day she was excited to go to work again. Even proactive. Arrange a set of opinion forms to customers. Gabriel asked curiously how she knew these were target customers. Ask that question. It's like when women go shopping. If just an impromptu walk. Then ask only a few questions. If you really want to buy, we'll ask specific questions. Really want to know and what problems will the sentences encounter during use? Emily was explaining when Gabriel's stomach pain returned. For not eating breakfast for a long time. So she hastily gave him the dumplings she had prepared for her best friend. Gabriel eats very well. I said I wanted to eat every day. Every day? So will you be bored? Of course not. I can eat every day. Emily finished listening and suddenly remembered. Since her marriage, Danny has eaten the dumplings she made every day. Until one day he cried out. Also starting at that time, Danny fell in love with Luna. Then Emily hurriedly made an excuse to leave. On the other hand, colleagues in the company started gossiping. The director often goes to the auto shop these days. Obviously there is a cheaper place to sell cars. But just like to go there. Surely at the store there is a beautiful staff. Make him delirious. The director also asks. How to pursue. The girl has a calm character, knows how to cook. Danny finished listening and began to panic. Because he knew who that girl was. Not long after, he rushed to the store to find Emily. Told her to keep her distance from the director. The whole thing is that Emily's customers. She is obliged to take responsibility for the client. Let's just say, we're already living separately. I also filed a divorce petition for you. You don't sign, it's your business. But now you have no right to interfere in my affairs. Danny was about to say something when Gabriel appeared to help Emily relieve him. Danny wanted to chase, but was prevented by Gabriel. He didn't want him to step closer to her anymore. In the evening, Emily invited her best friend's family to dinner. While washing the dishes, Mom told Luna that she was pregnant with Danny's child. It turned out that in the morning, Luna had made a hand with Emily's mother. She lied that she was pregnant. Advised Emily not to hold on to Danny. Emily's best friend, who is also Danny's biological sister, sounds mad. She told you not to ignore Luna easily. Didn't expect Emily to say how much they loved each other had nothing to do with her. In the evening, Luna tells Danny about her pregnancy. He saw that and advised her to think twice about the matter. He did not want to divorce Emily. At this point, Luna threatened with a knife. If Danny hadn't divorced, she wouldn't have let him live in peace. Neither Emily nor his daughter. Now, Danny realizes that his beloved is not the obedient innocent little white rabbit, but the snake wearing the human skin. The next day Danny was about to sneak off to his daughter's parent-teacher conference. Completely unexpected, Luna soon learned his schedule. So she threatens death to prevent him from going to see Emily and her mother. After receiving the news, Emily tells Danny to go save her first. She's going to a parents' conference alone. Though Iris was disappointed. But luckily there was a teacher who comforted him. It's okay. Some of you are also mothers who go to replace their fathers. You see? The teacher said. Finally Iris took her mother's hand in. Evening Emily gave the divorce papers to her husband. He asked, do we really not have a chance anymore? At this time the instant eater answered no. Not long before, the husband had betrayed his wife for affection for 8 years. Emily thought she would try to forgive him. There was one last thing she still couldn't do. Even if I forgive him momentarily and accept him, I will not be able to trust him in my whole life. Now Danny deeply regrets. His family used to be so happy, yet he personally ruined it. The woman now with Danny is no longer the cute innocent little white rabbit. But actually the woman is both scheming and mean. Almost every day the two quarrel. That day to prevent him from going to see his children. She even took out the substance threateningly. When he arrives at the hospital, Danny learns that Luna is not pregnant. It's all a trick. In the end, someone who was always soft to tolerate her like Danny. It's also unbearable. If this continues to happen, I will disappear. A month later, Emily and his wife filed for divorce. Before departing, Danny still put the ring on his hand. They agree to leave their daughter to Emily. The sustenance fee is shouldered by two people. It started when the two signed. We'll no longer belong together. Danny said he would always blame himself later. From now on, I'll say sorry to you and Iris every day. Emily said no need. He lived his life well. Time seeps out of the way. Almost a year has passed. She has completely stepped out of the shadows. In the morning, Emily is an excellent employee. In the evening, it was the gentle mother. Someone who returned to a state of singleness like her. Also give the man who likes himself a chance. There are now two elite candidates both pursuing her. Not only that, but Emily also shared her experiences with everyone. Cheers on those who have fallen off a straight cliff, but still hope for the future like herself. At the most difficult moment, let us face reality. Then we will know a better, more effortful version of ourselves. It wasn't long before a network company executive noticed Emily. She has recently been planning, doing a program related to food and women. However, the company cannot afford to hire famous bloggers. So Maria noticed Emily. She felt that in Emily there was a very distinct temperament. And again the shooting is very natural. Make people feel comfortable. When Emily was not yet famous, Maria thought she was the best choice. Very quickly, Maria made contact with the enemy. Then talk about your plans. For Emily, this was a rare opportunity. But in the morning she had to go to work. I still have to take care of my children, so I am afraid of not having time and affecting the quality of the program. At last Emily tactfully refused. Maria heard her say that. Yes, she's divorced. The more the one raising the child alone, the more a job is needed. This opportunity is really good. Hopefully she can think it over a bit. Maria said Emily could take her children to work. Emily finished listening and agreed. With Maria's assistance, has started live streaming. Conditionally, Emily has yet to adapt to the company's broadcast model. For example, the ingredients she needed to be real. Then the company takes the model to increase image efficiency. This also limits Emily's level of promotion. However, for newbies, the current rating is also considered positive. That day, Maria was out when she accidentally met Danny downstairs. His countenance didn't look very good. Dark circles of the eyes are also very pronounced. After hearing about Emily, Danny seemed to regain his spirits. It's incredible. She can be a food blogger. Maria said, so sorry for you too. After a period of time, due to Emily still not getting along with the team. So the broadcasting efficiency is always maintained at an average level. The director also began to doubt Emily's competence. For one thing, Maria still believed her gaze. If trying again still doesn't work, then I will remove this program.